So if you can't see it, it doesn't mean it's not here. It's just that with the ocean in which we live in, it's full of energy. There is no idea that you can hold in your mind that is not able to be manifested. None. The only way you can keep yourself from manifesting it is by your disbelief, or you refusing to accept it as possible. Because you are powerful beings. And the mind is powerful. It's like a laser beam. And once you get it directed and on target, once you hold that direction and not move it, keep it right on target, there's no way you cannot manifest what you want. That's, to me, has been a huge principle I've used in my life. Once I am very clear and I stay unwavering on the subject, it cannot not manifest. It has to manifest. It may manifest in some weird way that I hadn't anticipated, but it will always manifest. And that's the thing to remember, too. It will probably not manifest in the way you think. Is we have all these ideas of how it should be this way, and this way, and that the universe doesn't operate from our criteria necessarily, but it will manifest. So the way that we create, though, and manifest thoughts, our ideas, our objects, our situations, our relationships, is through the power of thought. So we hold an idea in our mind, we hold a thought in our mind, a particular thought in our mind, and by staying on that thought, unwavering in that thought, we create that thought. We create the object of that thought, or we create the situation of that thought. And again, the thing to remember is it probably won't come the way you think it's going to. So this is, people sidetrack themselves because they think, well, it didn't happen with a tall, dark stranger, so therefore it didn't count. No, it happened some weird way. Some person walked into your life and said, "Shh, I'm over here," and it was so settled that you missed it because you were looking for the tall, dark stranger. So it happens in weird little ways. But if we pay attention and we realize that the universe is working at all times and it comes in its own way, then we can catch that and go, this is an opportunity. This is my opportunity. So the thing that controls the manifestation we have in our life is our beliefs. Okay, and most of us, I think all of us, were taught many limited things about ourselves. And so it's those beliefs that set up, I call them like a form or a pattern, a mind pattern. And then the universe works through that mind pattern. So if you're saying, I'm little and I can only have so much, then that's what the universe will conform to for you. If you're saying, I'm big and expansive and powerful and I can do anything I make up my mind to do, then that's what the universe is conforming to for you. So whatever your belief system is, if you're saying, I'm never good enough, then your belief system is that, and then that's what you will find yourself in situations over and over again where you remind yourself, wait a minute, you're not good enough. Not because it's the truth, but it's because it's the belief system you're walking around with. So I think it's important to pay attention to our passions, because that's how we learn what it is we're really to do in life. All I'm saying to you is that there's no universal law that says you have to work hard for your money, but most of us were taught that. And when we cart that around with us, then we're operating on a limitation in our life. And we're going, oh, I didn't work hard, I probably won't be making any money. And we're walking around with that belief system constantly in motion and wondering why we're exhausted. You know, or we're not doing what we're passionate about because we think we have to work hard to make money and we're not operating from our passion. So anyway, you can see the belief systems are what rule you. And so part of understanding universal law and working from universal law is to look at your belief systems, pay attention to what you're believing, and ask yourself constantly, is that the truth? Is that, challenge it. What you put feeling in, things that you feel the most deeply about, are the things that you're going to operate from as a belief system. And also, those are the things that have the most dynamic reaction, you have the most dynamic reaction to. So if you really, really do feel like you must work hard to get ahead in life, then and you're dramatically feeling that, that's going to be your truth, and that's what's going to operate your life. So you want to pay attention to your feelings. The thing is also you interpret your events in your life by those feelings as well, by those beliefs. You interpret the events in your life. So, you know, how many times you heard, well, see, you might have known it would happen to me. Well, you know, I always have bad things happen to me, right?
Yeah.
It's the victim mentality. And when you hear that, there's a belief system there that goes, nothing good can happen to me. Okay, as long as you're carting that around with you, then you're operating from the universal laws, but you are creating havoc and chaos in your life because you're basically evoking nothing good can happen to you. You might know it would happen, you know? So that's the kind of thinking, and you hear a lot of passion going into that. So your belief systems are what's important here. Was there another belief system that you were taught that has run your life? What about it's important what everyone thinks of me? Everyone has to think I'm a great gal. Is it true?
No.
It really isn't. Because what everyone thinks of me has no relevance to me. It has no relevance to me. It doesn't keep me from being who I want to be or making me be what I want to be. It's whatever you decide about that. As long as you believe what everyone believes about me is the most important thing, then you're not working on your own belief about yourself. In other words, you're not falling in love with yourself. You're waiting for somebody else to fall in love with you. And then there's your proof that I'm lovable. But it's not your proof that you're lovable. It's your proof that you're lovable when you love yourself. Does that make sense to you? Okay. So are we together here? It's all about your feelings, your beliefs, what goes into those feelings, those beliefs, and how they either enrich you or deny you. And if your beliefs are denying you, then they're incorrect. Then it's just some illusion you dreamed up, you created, that's keeping you small. It's that Nelson Mandela saying that says, our biggest fear is that we are powerful beyond imagination. The feelings that you have behind the belief give it the power. Pay attention to your thoughts and your beliefs and notice what they are. If you're in lack consciousness, in other words, I won't be able to get the money, I don't have the money, it won't work, I'm lacking, I don't have enough. All of those kinds of thoughts that we've been taught, because we've lived in a fear-based society, we've been taught that sort of thing. So we all have some sense of that going on. We have to catch ourselves in that and reverse it. No. And the same thing with health. You know, just because somebody in your family got this or that does not mean you have to have it. And there's a fear-based consciousness, there's a belief that if so-and-so had it, then I have to have it. No, that's not true. I can be my own healthy, vibrant being, no matter what anyone else is doing. And if everyone wants to believe in cold viruses and flus and whatever, you can all do that, and I can still have my own healthy, vibrant being, because I choose that, because that's what I focus on, because that's where I am. And so what you focus on, if you're, you know, we all know people who are into ill health, is that true? We all know people who just love it, who are just can't hardly wait to go from one thing to the next, okay? True? Okay, so that person manifests ill health, right? They fall down, they break something, they, you know, have indigestion, whatever, a headache. They create that. And they're not happy unless they've got something going on like that, because that's their story, that's their drama. Pay attention to your story, because you can create a story of vibrancy and health and well-being, because that's your natural state. That's your natural state to be that. You don't have to be anything less than that. It's your natural state to be prosperous and joyous and loving and kind and happy and healthy. And if you're doing anything contrary to that, then you're not aligned with universal law.